What's going on, guys? Welcome in, welcome back. These messages riding on the frequency of what? Love for the highest good. Thanks so much for clicking on this video today. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I'm seeing a ring, like a ring closing out, cycles closing out, releasing. You're releasing a lot. There you go. The knife cutting cords, possibly. You're just cutting cords left and right. Possibly these things inside of yourself. I'm hearing judgments that you're just cutting judgments out of your life, just like willy-nilly left and right. You're like, boop, 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 boop. You're like, oh, limiting belief. I don't know her. You're like, oh, like self-judgment. What? I don't relate. You're like, self-love all the time. You're like, I'm hot and I'm cool. I'm just kidding. But really, you're like, fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Why? Why not? Why not? Whoever you are, like, literally, who the fuck is telling you that you're not all these things? You're sitting here on some, like, bye. You don't see me for how I am. I don't care. I never even perceived you in the first place. You were never even a part of my life. Like, thank God that you didn't put any fucking weight on anything that anybody ever fucking thought of you in the first place. Now you're just sitting on some, like, skirt. It's so funny. I'm getting this, like, energy, too, coming through around, possibly, like, older, kind of, like, uptight, like, oh my gosh. Because I feel like you're just kind of, like, savage in that way, in your ability to just be as discerning, and your ability to, like, I don't know, be mature. It's just funny, too, that, like, that energy would be, oh my god. Oh my god. It's like, they can't even see that, like, you're being more mature, actually, by putting yourself first and putting everyone else first too. Like, even them, they can't see that. Like, they can't even see that because they can't hear the message. So it's interesting. Maybe that's what this is about. Some past life shit coming through here too. So it's karma. Maybe you're setting the record straight here. You know how, like, the energy of like the old guard kind of, like, moves out like this. I'm seeing, like, the Middle Ages to the Renaissance kind of vibe. Like, it's just, like, some boring old basic shit into, like, some new cool, like, fun shit that, like, actually matters and, like, that people really do rock with and fuck with. Like, which is, like, whoever you are and what you inherently have inside of you. And that's why I think you're so discerning about, like, what you know is not for you, right? And I think that, like, that's the weird thing. Like, you literally are on some, like, detachment vibe, like black hole energy, from the sense that, like, you don't even perceive that, like, that you would need to attach anything to anyone or anything. So you're just, like, sitting here, like, becoming this entire, like, karmic, like, upgrade for everyone who ever comes up into your energy. It's just, like, absolutely stunning and beautiful and realized. And even the people that, like, kind of are like, oh my god, they're like, they, like, eventually come around. Guides, you're so attached to, like, your connected to your heart, your inner guides. And I think that, like, the energy, this is interesting, past life and guides are coming through. So this again is, like, about that karmic energy that you're letting go of, that you're setting straight, that you're like writing some kind of, like, I don't know, internal disalignment is what I'm hearing. So you're, like, realigning your internal world with your external world. And I think that, like, it's possible that you used to prioritize the outer, yes, this is what it is. You used to prioritize the outer world over the inner world, and now that you've released so much, you've, like, started to see and accept your inner world so heavily and rock with yourself so deeply and fuck with yourself so fully that, like, you literally don't care who you need to cut out or cut off. And it's actually, like, such a beautiful thing to be inside of your energy, because people know that you've chosen them, like, that you love them, that you admire them, you appreciate them, you respect them, you care for them, you know? And, like, if you don't feel that back, there needs to be, like, just a deepening, or you just need to understand, like, that's just what it's going to be, and then figure out how to apply that to yourself, that same love to yourself. Because if you can just figure out a way to do that, then you'll never need anything from anyone. You won't be needing, like, you know, any of this kind of validation that people seem to, like, need. And I don't feel like you do, you know what I mean? You're, like, very much in this release, detached mode, and I think it's like very inspiring. It's inspiring to me. I'm inspired. I'm inspired by you, whoever you are. You know, you inspire me. Success. Well. I'm speaking to a very successful collective. If you don't feel successful, I think like this is bringing direct success. Whatever you're letting go of, whatever judgment you're setting down, whatever relationships you're moving through, whatever old life, like maybe this, if you don't, resonate, I guess I should have said this earlier, but if you don't resonate with past life energy, then like this could mean like past life arena stuff. So like judgments from like your past life arenas that you carry around, like your own self-worth and what you deserve and how you deserve it, and like who you can be and what you can say and how you can say it. And I think that the energy here too that's coming through is like your success is like kind of riding in on like some kind of ability to like say what you mean and mean what you say and follow through and stand on that. And like I think you do in such a beautiful way, and you're like only doing that more and more and more, and it's going to be leading into more and more and more success, and whatever that looks like for you. I'm hearing love, I'm hearing abundance, I'm hearing safety, I heard protection, I just heard, guidance, I just heard, luck, I just heard. So I'm seeing Diglett here. I was going to shuffle, but then I feel like Diglett lives about 3 feet underground, where it feeds on plant roots, sometimes appears above ground. So you've been kind of like elusive in nature as well. I feel like you're possibly like you'd maybe like in this hermit kind of vibe, like you've been sort of alone. 5:55 on the stove. I feel like it's like you've been kind of like alone for a little while, like possibly like your success has been, I'm not gonna say delayed, but I think like it's being protected. It's absolutely being protected, held, by your angels, your guides, by the universe, by the divine, however you, by, the light, God, whatever you say, however you articulate it. Like you got this. Like you absolutely got this is the energy that's coming through. Because if I feel like you feel very successful, but at the same time, like you're not, like you don't, and whatever that even means is like, how can you feel successful? I think that's what you're realizing. You're like, oh, like I guess I'm successful in like these ways. However, like in order to be like a true success, my life needs to be happy, and I need to be fulfilled in all these ways. I need to be in love. I need to like find I guess love just keeps coming through, guys. I don't know. That's like really an interesting thing. If you've been with the channel for a minute, dang, I'm not gonna get hung up on it. But yeah, like I was not trying to do love readings. Now that switched up pretty fast. Thank you, Spirit. I don't know. So I mean, hey, I love it. Love is love. More love all the time, especially healthy love. I'm all for it. Big plane for confirmation. It's been a minute because there's a plane for confirmation. So we're just affirming all the old things here on the channel. Welcome in if you guys are new as well, by the way. Energy. I'm seeing that fire energy coming through. You might be like I don't know why. Is that Earth? I don't know. And I also don't know what sign Taurus is, but I just saw Taurus coming through. So either maybe like you're a Taurus, or your partner who you will love, it will be a Taurus, or some type of soulmate connection or partnership. It's so specific. It's interesting that just came through. Take it if it resonates. I don't know. Because I'm not totally like sure about even like astrological signs and like how they're compatible or anything like that. Like I don't know anything really about that. I know my sun, moon, and rising. That's about it. Delusion, 10-10 on the timer, but I want to explain this because like there's an energy of you having felt delusional too in the past about like possibly having to come to terms with whatever this like thing was that you had to let go of, right? So the delusion, I love that you are like living into the fullness of who you are now is what I'm hearing. You know, when I say delusion, it's not like you're like delulu. It's more like, oh, I see that the delusion of me putting myself in that box that I didn't belong in was the delusion. And now that you're living into like your fullness and who you actually are, you're really like loving how that makes you feel and how that like realigns your intention with your heart space and what you actually need in order to feel fulfilled out of life, and how you've been able to let go of so much judgment around it. 11-11 on the timer, I love that. Intention without surrender can be a fast path to delusion, so there you go. Maybe like there was like intention in the past but no surrender, so like possibly like holding up structures or situations or jobs or relationships, whatever, that like your intention was to like output energy and like pour yourself into it, right? And then realizing that like that there was no surrender, or like maybe no give and take, so the energy just felt like you had to control because it was like you had to control a constant outpour of energy is what I'm hearing. And then like that, because you're a constant outpour of energy, or like would be almost like vigilant is what I'm hearing, like you were hyper vigilant about the perception of yourself wherever you were inside of whatever dynamic this was. And I'm getting this Diglett energy again, 12-12 on the timer, that made you kind of go underground, right? Or have to feel like you had to hide parts of yourself. Oh, my nose is going crazy. Confirmation. So that's what it is. You go underground, you come up, like you're kind of like elusive in that way. And I think like I heard like that this is so specific, like, and I'm still trying to fight these love things, but I'm hearing that whoever you are, like that soulmate or the people, maybe your community, the people you love, the person you end up loving, like will be this way as well, is what I'm hearing. Like, so you guys will be able to kind of recharge and then like come up and out like, hey. But I love that you guys can like recharge each other's batteries and do that as well. Like, that's a beautiful, rare thing. So when you find it, make sure you cultivate it, make sure you hold on to it. You know, not too tight, don't control it or anything. Obviously, just love it and allow it, you know, allow it to be as it is, allow it to love you as you are, like allow yourself to be as you are as well, as what's coming through. That's going to be the key to your success, more and more and more of it. Eternal charisma. You two will both have an eternal charisma about you is what I'm hearing. So I guess we're talking about both. Because if you're a mirror, right, and that's what you are, and you're mirroring someone exactly like that. You know, and that could be like your bestie too, right? Doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic partner. And you might be that you might know your best friend who does that for you. You know what I mean? And you know, this could be like a newer friend too, like, because it's possible that the old friends, or like the older like kind of energy or whatever, the older jobs, the older relationships and stuff, they don't have the same type of dialogue that you have with your inner guidance, you know what I mean? And like they don't have the same type of like cutoff game either. So and they don't understand, like, I think that what it is like you're understanding more, 14-14 on the timer, the process of alchemy and like decomposition and allowing for time and space and energy to kind of turn over so that the highest good can come into form. And I'm hearing that the highest good is coming into form here. You know what I mean? Nature has to turn over, and I feel like what you did, whatever you released and just like cut off like a savage, like just like whoosh, whoosh, or will be cutting off like a savage is what I heard. With intention, of course, always, is going to kind of allow you to like be moving more into this space, and I'm hearing that your eternal charisma is attached to your success somehow for whoever you are. A star on the success as well. Now, we know that with a star, okay, so I'm hearing like a throat chakra clearing, so you might be using your voice here more to express yourself in whatever way that means for you. 15:15 on the timer. Maybe that is like a way to tell someone that you like care about them more, or you know, or tell someone that you want space, whatever it is. But like success and the star, you became the star. You became the star. You know, a lot of people walking around the earth saying that they're stars and stuff. Life has to turn you into the star. Pressure makes diamonds. You went it alone. You cut off a lot of old patterning, karmic patterning. You listened to your heart the entire time. You're continuing to do that, and you're continuing to undo all this old patterning and move into who you are and become more full and big and bright and beautiful and lovely and wonderful, and say what you mean and feel what you mean and be who you are, and allow the energy to like flow into your life in the way that feels harmonious and supportive. Thanks so much for being here for another reading. I hope to see you in another one very soon. Bye guys.